Sorry, I know my volume was off. Give me a minute. Yeah, so I was talking to you guys without being able to you to hear me, so sorry about that. All right, so here's the deal. Everything seems to be working, but I'm still having really slow internet connectivity, but no drop packets. So there's at least that as an improvement. AT&T is supposed to be calling me back for an open ticket in about 30 minutes or so. So I'm kind of going to be on edge waiting for that phone call to come through. So that means I have to answer every single phone call that comes through between now and then. But I'm gonna have to take a look at the numbers here since it is time, and I know I got it up and running. But at some point, we may end up having to end the live stream due to the fact that maybe AT&T needs to do some work on the line again. I don't know, whatever. Audio stream's current bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use audio stream bitrate of 128K. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. All right, I'm going to take you guys over to the other page here. I'm not going to be able to see what it is you guys are saying, so hold those personal thoughts, comments, questions, concerns until you see the big tramp back up on the screen again. Two-factor authentication. If you don't have it, you may want to consider getting it, as it could prevent somebody from getting into your account that shouldn't be in your account. When you do sign up for that, if your broker allows you to get a secondary or add a secondary device to be able to receive that access code, probably worth doing so, as you never know when something is going to happen to your primary device. Please, I implore you, anytime there's some kind of change that happens to your account, you need to download or receive a digital copy of your statement for your portfolio from your broker. Reason being is you need to hold that as your records for your positions that you hold. Please do not put your faith in your broker to keep that information for you safe. I cannot explain to you how important this is. Because what's going to end up happening is there's going to be some of you guys who don't do that. One day you're going to wake up and your account's going to say something different than what you recall. And then you're going to come to me and you'll be like, this sucks. What do I do? What do I do? And I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. There's nothing you can do. What you have for your documentation is what you have. If your broker's telling you got something different than what you had before, if you don't have proof, there's nothing I can do to help you. So please don't do that. Please don't be that person. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here for these numbers. Off exchange. By this time of the day, I would expect to see off exchange right around, 1 o'clock. 64% going through off exchange and EDGX combined. We got 58.54% going through off exchange. EDGX is coming in at 9.62. The combined total 68.16%. That's about 4.16% higher than it should be. CHX volume is 888 shares. Nothing unusual there. GME CHX volume for the day today is coming in at 27,481 shares. That's almost breaking the 30,000 that I feel is a lot. According to IBKR, no new shares borrowed in the last hour. Fees are currently at 4.09%. The Vortex is suggesting an hour ago that there was 2.1 million shares borrowed for the day. It's now 3.61 million shares. That's going to cause the estimated short share interest of the free float to rise to 15.16%. Cost of borrowing at 4.33, average 6.9, and max is 8.6. The shares on loan for the day today is 88.78 million shares. That's 1.07 million shares less on loan today than there was on Friday. And Ortex is estimating that about 368,000 of those shares are in closed short interest. Taking a look at the options, highest amount of call volume as of an hour ago was at actually it's 2 hours ago now, I think. No, it was an hour ago. Is at a $5 strike with 33,000 contracts. It's now 35.2 thousand contracts. Highest amount of put volume coming in at a $4 strike. There were 16.1 thousand contracts, now 16.7. The market is suggesting a closing price somewhere between $4 and $5 by the end of the day. Orders by Fidelity customers. AMC and GME are the only two I'm looking for here. GME dropped a spot to third with a 59.61% buy to 40.39% sell ratio. AMC slipped one more spot down. We're 18th on the list here with a 53.04% buy to 46.96% sell ratio. I want to see 60-40 or better. I don't like seeing it low like this. I mean, there is still more buying than selling going on here, but this is based off of orders and not shares. So it's hard to say whether or not, I mean, 60-40 is a really good number to where you can look at it and say, like, there's definitely more buying going on more than likely than selling it, than there is selling. But at these numbers, I don't feel safe enough to be able to claim that. Which is funny because we've been having some good buy to sell ratios lately, and I'm surprised by that. MMRI was 288.35. Earlier today, it's now 288.08. The spread between the 2-year and the 10-year bond rates was 0.4 as of an hour ago when I checked it, and that's about where we started out the day as well, and is now currently at 0.402. Really not much of a change. NASDAQ is up 0.57. Dow Jones is down 0.42. S&P 500 is up 0.1. We have 2,845 advancers to 2,833 decliners. The market's less advancing this hour than it was an hour ago. 28.45. Sectors that are performing poorly for the day today. The worst sector for the day is currently financials, followed by consumer discretionary. The best performing sectors are technology, followed by industrials. Of the Mag 7, 4 out of the 7 are green. Financial institutions that have changed more than 2.5% from yesterday or from Friday's closing price will get a shout out. Coinbase is up 4.17. FRC is up 25%. Silvergate is down 7.41. JP Morgan's taking a hit today, down 3.49%. I'm not sure what kind of bad news they may have gotten here, but they are taking quite a big hit. Says JP Morgan Chase shares slip after Demon hints at exit. Sounds like he's saying he's going to... Wow. Shares in JP Morgan Chase slipped lower Monday after the chief executive, Jamie Dimon, hinted he may retire sooner than expected. The stock was down 2.2% to 200.36 shortly after noon Monday. That's big news. Wow. Gold is currently up 0.83 and trending up. Why would he be... Hold on a second here. I got to look something up. How old is he? Why would he be retiring? I have a feeling he wants to run for president eventually at some point. 68 years old. All right. Well, that's retirement age. Interesting. By the way, his net worth is $2.3 billion, according to. Actually, I don't know what that. I don't know where it's pulling that data from, but that's what it's claiming on Google. All right, gold currently up 0.82, trending up. Silver's up 2.22% and consolidating after trend up. Ethereum Classic is up 1.69, trending up. The US dollar is up 0.12, trending up. Oil is up 0.43 and consolidating. I love, it's always, you always get these CEOs that quit these banks, and then when Congress comes in after an event occurs, Congress calls in the new guy and he's like, well, I just took over. I wasn't really in charge for all the crap that happened. But you know, the old guy has never comes up to testify what he did when he was still there. Oil is currently trading even for the day-to-day and consolidating after a downtrend. Mortgage-backed securities are down anywhere from 0.06 to 0.1 and starting to trend up. SPY is currently up 0.08 but trending down. The volume right now is on the volume on SPY right now is 19 million. Holy crap, this is such low volume. Like, at what point is this insanity going to end? Up 19.13 million shares traded so far. We're at 286 minutes worth of trading so far. The SPY is looking to pull a whopping 26 million shares traded for the day today. A whopping 26 million. As of right now, it's in the green. If it pulls off a green day today with with 26 million shares traded, I don't know how much more it can scream that it's not moving the way it should be moving. It's insanity. It was up as much as 0.3% for the day today, guys. You got to remember that. It was up quite a bit. Let's take a look at VIX. Currently is up 4.25% at 12.5. The futures are suggesting the VIX should be around 13.68, which is more than a point ahead of where it's at. VTI is up 0.07 and trending down. VB is up 0.08, trending down. Tesla's down 2.03%, trending down. How much you want to bet Jamie is going to just absolutely just... He's going to walk away with some fat bonus. I mean, fatter than any fat bonus you've ever seen in your whole life. And he's gonna walk away with it, and then everything's gonna go upside down. Amazon down 0.6, consolidating in a downtrend. Cinemark is down 0.65, consolidating in a downtrend. Doge is up 1.45, trending up. Bitcoin is up 2.62, trending up. GME is down 10.26, trending up. HYMC is down 3.34, consolidating. NCMI is down 0.81, trending down. HOOD is up 1.92, consolidating, and AMC is up 3% and trending up. Inflow versus outflow for AMC for the day today. There's approximately, let's see, 5, not quite. 4.6. Something like that. $4.6 million more inflow than outflow. 61.66 million shares traded so far on AMC after 289 minutes worth of trading. We are on pace for an 83.2 million share traded day. No, that's not right. It's not 290 minutes. Is it? No, it's not. It's 230 minutes. Hold on a second here. 220. I may have done the math wrong on SPY. Let me go back and redo SPY here. I think I may have given you guys a bad number. No, that is right. I did it right. 289. All right. AMC is on a pace for about 83.2 million shares traded by the end of the day today. In pre-market, I suggested somewhere between 70 to 100 million shares. I thought for sure that we would see less volume than we had on Friday, which is apparently looking like it's going to be the case. Let me go back to SPY real quick here because it's just going to bother me if I don't redo the math on this and just make sure I was getting it right. 290, yeah, 290. Yeah, it's like on pace for 26 million shares traded. I think that's a little bit better than what I think I said 19. I don't know what I said, but 26 million shares traded for the day. It's insane. It's insane. It should have 60 million at bare minimum on an up day. On a 4-hour chart on AMC, there's currently more buying pressure than selling pressure with an RSI of 46.96 or 98. Which is slightly below average. On a 1-hour time interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure with a divergence of the vortex indicator within the last 2 hours. RSI at 49.05, which is average. On a 30-minute interval, more buying pressure than selling pressure with an RSI of 52.04, which is average. And on a 5-minute interval, equal amounts of buying and selling pressure with an RSI of 55.25, which is slightly above average. And it does look like there might be some news on AMC. Okay, they're just saying what's going on with AMC entertainment stock. Some of it they're relating to Keith Gill, or DFV. I don't know. I don't really care what they have to say about it anyways. Let me head over to the back of the Big Tramp because I've been struggling with getting that running. We'll see if that actually causes me to fail again on internet connectivity. As of right now, it seems like I have a good connection, so we'll see what happens here. Let me get it started back up because apparently I shut it down. All right.
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's about time, man. The hell happened to you?
I got pissed off. I got really pissed off on my internet service provider because I just I don't know, man. I hate paying money for something that I'm not getting. You know what I mean? There's nothing.
Yeah,
There's
tell me
nothing
about it.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than paying and then not getting.
Yep.
It was a good test run for us. It gave us the opportunity to. I stayed in the chat until I was the last one there. I watched the little counters. First time I ever did it, where it said one person left. It was me, but I stayed until I was sure that everything was done and gone, and then I asked Papa Mac if he'd turn on his backup channel, and he got it up and running, and then we were able to get 25 or 30 of us over there. So it was a nice little dry run for our little backup generator. It worked good. I think Papa Mac deserves a pat on the back for that.
That's right.
No problem. Not a problem.
Got it. Tell me about it.
We have a very good plan in place. Nothing's going to stop this train.
Let's see here. ABCP.
Hey, Casey.
Yes, what's up?
Oh, no, I was going to say, do you think there's going to be any fireworks for the announcement about Jamie the Demon?
I mean, JPM's blowing up, but I mean, it's not terrible. It's just over 3% right now. I don't know. Like, I find it very odd that, I mean, his age is kind of the age where I feel like, maybe that's probably a good age to be stepping down. But he's been kind of pivotal, I feel like, in the financial world, and kind of trend setting for JP Morgan. I don't know who's going to backfill for him as a CEO. I don't know. I'm sure he'll probably stick around on the board. If this happens, I gotta go. I got AT&T calling me. I'll be right back.
All right.
I wanted Casey's point of view on this just to see if it kind of lines up what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That was a pretty feminine ringtone, I thought.
You start talking about a guy like Jamie Dimon leaving and somebody else taking his place. He gets into you talk about some inter-office politics and some drama, because somebody's going to get nominated. Somebody's going to get knighted. They're going to be, or not knighted. They're going to become the king.
Yeah.
So you can imagine it's no small thing when you got someplace like a mega bank like that has a CEO that's leaving and somebody else is taking over.
No.
And like I said, and then it has to be handled in a fashion, that pleases the board. They want to make sure that it's not going to negatively impact their stock. I mean, you look back on it to when like an Apple and Steve Jobs and all of that, those things, they can move a market.
Now, question: do you think by any chance, Mayo might be trying to look at that?
What do you mean trying to look at that?
Maybe move into that position.
Oh, these things aren't done that way. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they won't pull somebody from outside of the company. I don't want to presume to speak for that Bank of America or Jamie, any of those. I'm just saying ordinarily, they've got, there's somebody already being groomed for a job.
Yeah.
Just like when Jack Welch left General Electric, the day he left, they didn't just say, oh my God, we were going to get to replace the old man. There had already been multiple meetings and discussions and deliberations and all that. So, and again, some corporations may indeed pull from outside. It's not like it hasn't happened before, and there's no law that says they have to promote from within. But no, I don't think in any logical world where you could see somebody like getting pulled up.
Wasn't he trying to start his own bank, Mayo?
When you say Mayo, I'm assuming you're talking about Ken Griffin.
Yeah. I don't even speak his name.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't keep up with a lot of what he involves himself in, but I know they have two houses. They have the market maker side of the house, and then they have the brokerage and or the investment firm. So
Yeah, because I thought he was trying to get into banking, the banking side of it. Remember, he was trying to get. Also, wasn't he trying to get into Congress as the treasurer or something like that?
again, I don't follow him and all of his news, all of his press statements and all that, but I just know there was a rumor going around that he's one of those guys that wanted to be head of the treasury or something, which is not. It's not like really breaking news. I mean, if you think about it, those guys all sit at the big boys table. You're talking about the CEOs, the head motherfucker in charge of a super bank, a world bank. So they all want, the power and the glory to some extent that comes out of being in Washington like that. So it kind of goes hand in hand. It shouldn't come as a big surprise when people say Ken Griffin wants to be, sit on the banking committee, or he wants to be the nominated as treasury or head of the Fed. I'm like, big whoop. Do you think that makes him? You think he's not strange in that? It'd be stranger if he didn't want something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Beebs was saying at 68 years old, it could be due to health reasons that he wants to keep confidential. Not everything is related to fraudulent actions. I would agree, Jay Beebs. Not everything is nefarious. Not everything is conspiratorial drama. Some things are just what they are. And that's entirely possible.
But on this stream, we like to keep it conspiratorial.
Yeah, we don't want to be any more boring than we have to be.
Exactly.
See, that's what I'm
I found the perfect image pirate for to replace my image on the live stream page.
Yeah, what'd you come up with?
A backup generator.
I love it. You should.
We can all mention KC with the generator outside of his house trying to get things going.
That's perfect. Should have a big old smokestack coming out of it too.
Yeah. I mean, the original intent was, well, I mean, it was to be a backup, but I was going to do an after hours stream. So I guess I have to have 2 pages, one for after hours, and then one if it's during the day with the backup generator. So I have to come up with a different image for the evening stream.
After hours outhouse.
Or I like your theme
Put your
earlier.
old fashioned outhouse and put AMC on the door with the moon. You know how an outhouse has a moon on it?
Yeah.
The old stereotypical cartoon outhouses had a moon for air ventilation. So you put a little outhouse and call it the AMC after hours outhouse. And then you have AMC on there with a moon, and it can be a subliminal message, AMC to the moon. It's an idea. I like that. I try to be my creative juices flow.
I liked your imagery earlier of the old tree fort that we just go to somebody else's tree fort, so it could be a tree fort.
Tree house, little raggedy simple tree with a cobbled together little tree house type thing.
Did Casey have to take a phone call? Was that the issue, or what's going on now?
Yeah, and I think it's AT&T. So he just he said, "I'll be right back. I'll take this phone call." And he did say before when he first went live again that he's expecting phone calls from them because I think he's giving them what for. He's giving them 3 kinds of hell over why he's paying for something he's not getting, as he should. Mike's showing his age. He's like the He-Man Woman Haters Club. That's all the way back to our gang.
Papa Mac does not hate women.
Oh, Frog says, I watched a frustrated fellow and his wife get kicked out of the bank the other day. To me, it didn't seem bad. I'd say for as frustrating as can be, polite and respectful, or they will lock you out. Yeah, that's a thing, Highway Frog. It's increasingly in this world, we've become far too accepting on poor behavior, people lacking in social grace. Doesn't even begin to describe it. I'm talking about rude, abusive, a number of things. And it's a business, but it's a business that belongs to someone. And I fully support them, man. If they start, you want to act like a fool, I'll show you the door.
How do you get a nickname like Spanky? I don't. Did someone walk in on it?
Things were pretty vanilla. There wasn't a whole lot of sexual innuendos going around on those cartoons in the 50s and 60s. I would hazard a guess that it's because he got spanked a lot.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Hey, who needs a spanking? I'm here.
We knew you'd be volunteering for that duty.
Who dog said duty.
Duty.
He said duty. Hey, you think if a KC slips the guy at 20,
Thank
he'll
you,
get
kid.
all the uncensored channels and a faster internet?
Hey, Danny, thanks for throwing the question out there to him. I think he's ignoring it.
You guys haven't had lunch yet.
No,
You probably want to plug your ears because I'm gonna brag up here. Mrs. Pirate just brought me a bacon, lettuce, and tomato. She's been frying bacon for an hour. I got a
Oh
bacon,
my
lettuce,
God,
and tomato here, and it's got so much extra bacon on it, it's falling off the side of the sandwich.
I
The
thought
only
you were gonna
way.
say Taco Bell for a third meal in a row. I
Nope.
thought you were gonna say Taco Bell. I was gonna faint.
I'm gonna put myself on mute and listen to you guys while I enjoy this bacon.
So
All right, enjoy it.
I like BLT so much, I almost wish you wouldn't unmute, or you wouldn't mute, but please do.
Yeah, Papa. I don't know if he saw that message.
He
I
probably
don't think
didn't.
he's trying to.
No, he probably didn't, but thanks for trying.
Yeah. No, no worries, no worries. We'll figure it out.
Hey, UPS delivery guy.
What up, UPS?
Glad you're here. We're wanting to know what you did with Foo's 3 floating magnetic planter orders that are missing in transit.
yeah. Did you thave them? Did you go thaving on them, UPS delivery guy?
Tom D. Tom the Bomb. Damn you.
You having a little tiff with Tom? A little lover spat?
Yeah, it's all good. Just tell me I'm using Chat GPT again. Son of a.
Oh, look at what UPS wrote. We're gonna dock your pay.
Danny, did you I guess you missed my backup stream test?
I did. Yep, I did. How'd it go?
I guess-
I didn't get to see your intro.
Well, I guess you can go back now that it's been recorded, and I won't delete that one right away. If you want to go back and play the first 5 minutes, you can see the big video.
All right, I'll do that. I'll do that in a bit.
Part of it, more homework for you. You got to watch all the Roy and Kitty stuff backwards. Now you got to do that. Man, you're going to be busy tonight.
We got the high school graduation today, so I
Man.
might just throw my headphones in and watch it from my phone during the graduation.
Yeah, just be careful because that right at the countdown, when it gets down to 0, you're going to want to jump up and yell, and scream, and don't embarrass yourself at graduation.
He did a pretty cool thing, Danny, where he put a bunch of pictures in from a lot of the usual participants in the stream here. He put their thumbnail pictures on there. It turned out pretty cool.
Nice.
Basically, the people that either subscribe to my channel or I could find their icons in Discord. So I wasn't trying to not include anybody specifically, but those are the ones that I could easily get my hands on to fill some time in the guitar solos of the theme song.
Damn you, Dario. Now I'm getting attacked today by you guys.
Man, it's a tough crowd in here.
Good
for
to
you,
be
Dan.
back. Right? Yeesh. Food doc sucker.
Why do docks always stink? Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But why? I mean, like a real dock in the ocean.
Dead fish.
Just dead fish and mollusks.
boats kill them with their props, I guess, and then they float up in the oil and the boat and all that.
But what happens is those pilings, the poles, they have oysters and stuff that grow on them.
Yeah.
And that tide rises and falls. So you'll have it's exposing stuff that's normally underwater. So it's tantamount to having like a live fish just laying there on the dock next to you.
Like,
See, that water
oyster
doesn't stay at
food.
one level. That water, in some places, it's really dramatic. But where we're at here, that water can rise and fall as much as 4 feet.
According to MSNBC, you're underwater in there, Florida, aren't you, Pirate?
What's that, buddy?
According to MSNBC, the whole state of Florida is pretty much underwater by now, right? With the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of morons.
Global warming. Ay.
Have you noticed the oceans rise in the years you've lived there?
No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I spent a total of almost 27 years. And all of it was adult time. And that ain't gonna come up so much as an inch.
They show pictures of the Statue of Liberty over 100 years ago and today, and seems the same.
Yeah, same here with being in Miami and Hollywood and Key Biscayne. All the piers are the same. They don't change the piers, the height and the tide. You got the walls, sea walls. They don't raise them. So it's been like that for since the early 1900s.
You think Greta Thunberg might not really know what she's talking about?
How dare you?
Dare you? That miserable
Now,
little
could there be a cataclysmic event that would put us underwater? Sure, I guess.
All right. Sorry about
I
that.
don't foresee that.
So that was.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. That was
Hey.
interesting. That was a long conversation right there
You
with
slipped
AT&T.
the guy a little something.
No,
he
so
wasn't at your house?
no. It was a phone call. So I have somebody coming out tomorrow. Between they said 8 and 12, or maybe it was 9 and 12. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. I'll be up. It doesn't matter, but it's going to be somewhere between 8 and 12, I think. And so when they do come out, I'll probably be losing internet service tomorrow as they try to resolve the issue. But I don't know.
That's
We'll see.
unacceptable.
Yeah, well.
Oh.
And make sure it happens after I get my third monitor, so I'll be ready.
What's more unacceptable is the fact that I pay for internet service that I don't get. So that's more unacceptable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you tell him you're a big time YouTuber? and
Well, I
all these people
didn't
know?
say that, but she was asking questions about why I was having or like what was exactly going on. I'm like, I'm dropping packets. I'm hardwired into my thing, and I can't do live stream when I'm doing that. And she's like, "Oh, are you a gamer? Live stream gaming?" And I said, "No, it's for financials for stock market." And she goes, "Oh, okay." So I did mention it, but it was only because we were talking about why I'm having problems. So.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, now I'm going to have to change you over to a business account, give you worse service, and charge you more."
Did you say that you were dropping packages? You dropped your package
Packets,
or what?
yeah, dropping packets.
packets.
Yeah. So, but we do have a
Pirate coin, did
service.
you try to sell pirate?
No, I didn't try. I didn't do any pirate coin stuff. That would have been funny if I had, but no, I didn't do that.
Dynamite has a question
Tom,
for you.
Tom, the people need you.
Dynamite says, "Did you mention your OnlyFans, Casey?" I did not mention an OnlyFans at all because I don't have one of those.
You gotta plug yourself, Casey.
I know.
What?
The pirate coin gag is only funny if the rest of us can hear. It
Right.
doesn't do any good if Casey just hears it. Was he
Fair enough.
trying to crack himself?
Yeah.
Maybe he was recording it.
I would have let you guys listen to that, but I had to give out a lot of personal information that I don't want to just have floating around. So.
Did they ask you your gender?
Come on, we know you live in
No.
Pflugerville. Come
No,
on.
they knew my gender. I think it was an assumption that was made.
Pflugerville? You live
Female.
in Pflugerville?
Puffalugerville.
Pflugerville? Oh, yeah,
Puffaluger. Yeah. Man, are you working on a car?
Yucca's got a ratchet. Somebody's got a
No, that's me.
3/8 inch.
Sorry,
That's a
guys.
3/8. That's a 3/8 drive ratchet. I'd
Oh.
recognize that sound anywhere.
I thought
That's
I
a
was
heavy-
on mute.
Heavy duty pepper grinder right there.
I'm at my dentist office.
Damn.
All right, I'll mute myself.
Yeah.
What was that, Papa Mac? I heard something about
Don't
dentist or
come back
something.
unless
I just being kidding about the air tools.
Oh.
At the dentist.
Real quick, Trevor, Tom D, Pro Jeweler, Rogue Trooper, Manjit, and I think that an Auto 365. Welcome. Good to see you all in the back of the big tramp this morning or this afternoon.
Likewise.
Well, hey, Casey, I wasn't going to do this, Casey, but I'm going to have to address the elephant in the room. What did I do to lose the wrench?
It was the thing. It was the thing. It was the thing. So, like, I mean, like, I don't know. I felt very like weird about the whole like asking about the what was it? The thing that you asked about the other day.
what color you were?
Your gender?
No. The shoot, I
The
can't remember.
39-month.
Yeah, and it was just like, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of like, I feel like that, like, to me, it feels very funny to like have people like going around like asking. I would just prefer if like we could keep that to like, if you're gonna ask those kind of questions, like just keep them to like offline comments, because I mean, all it does is just helps. It helps
I thought
just.
it was. I thought it was it was in the Discord only.
No. You put it in the chat, the main chat, and it was just if it had just been in the back of the big tramp, I probably wouldn't have cared. But it was just kind of one of those things where at the day I was like, you know, and it's like because you're as a moderator, your voice is like seen as like more, I guess I don't know how to put it. It's seen as more like it has more of a
Credible?
yeah, it has more of a credibility attached to it when you see it as a moderator. And like, so asking,
To a higher standard.
yeah, you're held to a higher standard in a sense because of the fact that it's like, you know, you are, you know, I trust you to come in here and be a part of like not spreading FUD. And that 39-month day thing was like really, really ticking me off that day because it was just kind of like, I mean, the whole thing is literally about like just the idea or the premise behind it is that somebody can get out of a position. That's the whole idea behind it, is that somebody can get out of a position. To fall for that as like a basic premise of what it is that we're here and what's happening. Like instantly that should be like red flags for you. Like the idea that somebody's going to suggest that somebody can get out of a position here is ridiculous. It's just absolutely asinine. Like, and I don't want,
Yeah, I
don't wanna-
I still don't even see it the way you see it, but that's okay.
I don't want to lend any credibility to somebody who's gonna suggest at all that there's some kind of position that can be released that they can get out of here, because that's not what's happening. Yeah, I just don't. I'm not going to stand behind that kind of stuff. I just won't. And I know that there's entities out there. I know there's entities out there that are trying to push that narrative, and I'm not down with that. I'm not spreading it.
You don't spread them.
Nope.
You have to. Yeah, if you have a wrench, you have to post professional things like I just posted on. I mean, you have to be careful about what you put in there.
Well, that actually was
Yeah, right.
I was
Same here.
expecting. It's your channel, and more power to you. And if asking a question about a subject that you truly don't know all this backstory stuff, is going to get you in the shill category, then so be it.
Well, I'm not trying to. I need people who can not come in and throw out like hey, what's the hot topic for the day just because it's the hot topic. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to come in and throw that in there, I don't mind you coming in and asking the questions. That's completely fine. But with the moderator status, it elevates it as a possibility, right? Like it basically it kind of gives it credibility, right? Because you're a mod. So and that's why I removed it, because I was like, I don't mind you coming in and asking the questions whatsoever at all. In fact, I encourage it. I encourage asking questions, but I don't want you to come in as a moderator and then make it seem like there's some kind of credibility to something without you investigating into it first, right? Because that's what we talked about last week.
I didn't ask for the wrench it was given, and I didn't care
Right.
that it was given. But it's like asked for. But then when it's taken away,
Yeah.
then it's like, what the heck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ace Tree Care wants to know, how do I get a wrench? Ace, you can get those at
You don't
most
need-
truck
you
stops. All your interstate truck stops. The Pilot comes to mind, Have a Heart, Air America. Most of those, I don't go to truck stops, but I had UPS driver. He dropped into one of those truck stops and picked one up for me. You catch him periodically. They got them on 2-for-1 sales.
I think that's code for
Goodwill.
lot lizard. Isn't that code for lot lizard?
Lizard. You can borrow one at AutoZone. They'll let you borrow one.
Oh, that's right.
I think the main reason that
Hey, well-
Papa Mac that I gave you a wrench was because the other reason that I reserve that wrench is for YouTubers, so that when the YouTuber comes in, that they've got the wrench next to their name, so that we know that it's actually the real YouTuber and not just some fake profile. So that was the reason that I gave you that wrench, was because you're a YouTuber. But then as soon as you were throwing out that comment, I was like, okay, I can't. I've taken the wrench away from other YouTubers as well. You wouldn't be the first, and it's not meant as a disrespect kind of thing, but it is more of a, like, I don't want to lend credibility to statements of things that are ideas that are bad ideas.
He's muted his mic. He's probably cussing you out.
I don't think so.
All right. I would.
You don't want to speak froggy on you.
Yeah, you're trying to start shit.
I would cuss you out if you took my wrench.
Yeah. Well, maybe you would. Maybe you wouldn't.
Who's gonna want your
He's
rent?
gonna,
I mean,
his mic's gonna be
We don't even know
come on.
where that thing's been.
I've taken wrenches away from people who were deleting people off the live stream over and over and over because they put their phone in their pocket before too. So it shouldn't be seen as like,
His mic's gonna come. It's gonna come unmuted, and he's gonna be like, "And that's what I think of you, Casey. I'm out." And then he's gonna leave. You're gonna be like, "What? Wait a second."
yeah, I wouldn't. Wrench being taken
wrench
away.
went from snap on to snap off.
Wrenches being taken away or given should not be seen as like a, something that is negative or positive in any kind of means. It's just, it's just how I'm kind of feeling at the moment. And, I wouldn't look too much into it.
Yeah. Nothing personal.
I value everybody's participation one way or the other. There is no, just because you have a wrench that you're better than everybody else by any means, but it's seen that way. So
I am better than everybody else. I have 2 wrenches. I have 2.
My wrench is bigger than yours, Jacka.
Uh-oh. You guys are going to start whipping out your wrenches? No.
Well, does it count that I was actually using one 10 minutes ago?
We heard you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, that's
Yucca,
right.
I know you have a fab shop there, Yucca. Have you ever heard of a tool called a nutcracker?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just curious. I thought about that. I was talking about wrenches and what have you.
Nutcracker. Yep.
I know your fondness for all things related to D's. I thought, I wonder if Yucca knows that there's
Yeah, I
a
know
tool, a real honest to goodness tool called a nutcracker.
There's a few on Figueroa.
For those of you
Yeah.
who don't know, if you have a bolt that has a nut that's rusted on it and cannot be removed, you slip it over top of it, you crank it down, and it literally cracks the nut in half.
Yep.
That's the name, nutcracker.
He does that a
Sometimes you
lot.
feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
I'll probably never be able to look at my toolbox
you
again
mean-
and not think of
But-
Yucca when I see that nutcracker. It used to be the old days. I think, oh, that's the tool you used to cut nuts in
you
half.
mean-
Now I'm gonna look in that toolbox and I'm gonna laugh and smile and say, yeah, there's
It's a
Yeah,
nut
that's cool.
buster. That's what it's called.
Yucca's also a dragon expert, by the way.
I'm not a drag queen.
No,
Every
dragon.
Every time-
Dragon.
Every
That
time I
would
go
be-
to Victoria's
that would
Secret
be
and the
scary.
songs, I think of Yucca.
Dragon D's nut.
Yeah.
Late
Yeah,
clients?
he says, "Isn't there a nutcracker for walnuts and the walnuts?" Yeah, there's a nutcracker. You know, hell, there's the Nutcracker Suite, the Christmas song, and all that stuff. But
Did you all hear about?
is a,
Did you all
different
hear
tool.
about the UPS rivalry, or two UPS guys, or something happened? One UPS shot the guy while he was having lunch in his UPS delivery truck.
Did he
Not our,
steal?
not our UPS guy, right?
Not
Did
that
he?
one. So
The guy stealing little magnetic plant holders? That guy?
what I was thinking, maybe they both work together. They've been working together for over 30 years. I think my assumption is something happened there where his wife, or who do you
Or
go shooting? Why he
life
killed him?
partner?
Crime of
Right,
passion.
man.
Crime of passion. You think?
Something, because you kill somebody like that, it's got to be deep. It can't be that you're taking my route. No, that doesn't. It doesn't. I wouldn't kill
Maybe
him.
you try to touch his package.
Maybe, but even that.
Did he have a big package? Or
I wouldn't know about that.
Or maybe he opened his back door and stuffed a package in there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was a good one.
It could be the way he handled his package. It was handled appropriately. I don't know. Not handled appropriately. Who knows?
maybe he returned his package damaged.
Look, Pirate is at it again. Keep it in your pants, man. Any minute he's over there.
I'm done. I got her there.
Why's Casey so quiet?
Hey, Casey, can you get back to that topic I asked you that question about?
He's firing off a strongly worded email to AT&T.
What was the question again?
It was about Jamie Dimon. If
Yeah,
he's gonna have any impact.
I don't know, man. So, like, if he doesn't sit on the board after this is over, that should be like a really big sign about
What's going on?
what's going on. Yeah,
Distancing himself from the company.
right. Because if imagine him not sitting on the board after this, because I really can't even fathom the idea that he wouldn't sit on the board for a period of time. I mean, these guys usually collect on money through just sitting on the board and making easy decisions for a long time afterwards. Now, if something else is going on here, if something else is amiss, and he doesn't want to be a part of it, like.
Right.
For whatever reason, they made some bad decisions in JP Morgan that he was a part of. Then he's gonna separate himself completely from the company, and there won't be a board position available for him, more than likely. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how this all kind of unfolds. And that's what I would be watching for. First and foremost is does he still hold a spot on the board or not?
And I guess a follow up on that. We were talking about it earlier in the back of the chat. By any chance, you think Mayo might try to come into that position? Because
Who?
kind of acquire a bank? Mayo?
Kenny Mayo.
You like Mayo names?
Mayo boy.
Yeah, I don't use his name.
He runs his own show on his own company. I don't think he was going to want anything to do with that. I'm guessing. I'm guessing, but
yeah.
I agree.
In your bedpost.
I think he likes what he does.
I just feel like he's a little power hungry, right? There might be something to step into the banking side, have a little bit more control.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I feel like he is trying to step into. I think he's trying. I feel like since you wanted to refer to him as Mayo, we'll refer to him as Mayo. But I do feel like he's been trying to push for getting himself put into a position if the right administration were to enter into power. I know he's been pushing for that for a long time. So
Then there is what could only be a bizarre coincidence or something else.
yeah, numbers. We're heading into the power hour, as full FOMO says.
Oh yeah.
Outer hour.
Powder outer. What does that mean?
With those guys, you know it's powder. Lots and
afternoon,
lots of powder.
Hello.
CC, where's the numbers that sound clip?
Come on, squeal, squeal.
I don't think that's the one he meant, but censor content. Brandon, good afternoon. Let's see here.
Go.
Let's do this.
What's up, Brent?
I'm not going to be able to see what it is you guys are saying, so hold those personal thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns until you see the big tramp.
The program is intended for mature audiences.
Back up on the screen again. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here with these numbers.
D's?
Starting D's. Yeah, D's numbers. Let's start with off exchange. By this time of the day, I would expect to see off exchange somewhere between actually around 66% combined with EDGX. Currently off exchange is at 58.76% going through that, and EDGX at 9.48. The combined total 68.24%, or about 2.24% higher than I would expect. CHX volume has been really, really low for AMC for the day-to-day, 1,212 shares. GME's CHX volume for the day-to-day is at 28,681. It's right at that threshold of what I consider to be a lot, at 30,000. Borrow fees have not changed in the last hour for IBKR's reporting, and neither has the amount of shares available to be borrowed, which means that we're still seeing about 2.1 million shares borrowed today, according to IBKR. Ortex an hour ago was reporting 3.61 million shares borrowed. Today it's now 3.15 million shares. That's going to cause the estimated short-share interest of the free float to drop to 15.12%. Shares on loan for the day today is at 88.78 million shares. That's approximately 1.07 million shares less on loan today than there was on Friday. And Ortex is estimated about 368,000 of that is in closed short interest. Taking a look at options. Highest amount of call volume for the day today, coming in at a strike price of $5. There was 35.2 thousand contracts in volume an hour ago. It's now 37.4. Highest amount of put volumes coming in at a $4 strike. There were 16.7 thousand contracts, now 17.8. The market is suggesting a closing price between $4 and $5 by the end of the day today, based off of that volume. Orders by Fidelity customers, AMC and GME are the only two I'm looking for. GME is third on this list here and is at 59.78% buys to 40.22% sales. It's right on the hairy edge of that 60-40 minimum number that I like to see. AMC is quite a ways down the list here. It's probably still sitting in like 18th down. 53.1% buys to 46.9% sales, so it's not as nice as I would like it to be at 60-40. And it's kind of weird that, we've had a little bit of increase in price movement right now, but not a whole lot. And we've had more price improvement in the past and seeing that number stronger. It's kind of weird to me to see that it's as weak as it is today, but it should improve, I would imagine. MMRI is at 288.08 as of an hour ago. It's currently at 288.17. The spread between the 2-year and 10-year bond rates was 0.402 as of an hour ago, and is currently at 0.402. No change. NASDAQ is up 0.64. Dow Jones is down 0.45, and the S&P 500 is up 0.12. We have 2,846 advancers to 2,881 decliners. The market is pretty much doing exactly what it was an hour ago. There's one more advancer than there was an hour ago, so it's pretty much the same. No real change there. Sectors that are doing well for the day today, we have technology followed by communications. Those are the two largest sectors doing well. The worst performing sectors for the day today is financials, followed by looks like energy. Of the Mag 7, 4 out of the 7 are green. Financial institutions, 2.5% or more of a change will get a shout out. Coinbase is up 5.57. FRC is up 25%. Silvergate is down 7.41. Let's see what else we got on the list here. Probably just JP Morgan. Yeah, JP Morgan coming in down 4% on that news. Gold is currently up 0.77. The overall trend right now is still, I feel like it's still trending upwards. There's definitely consolidation occurring right now. It's hard to say if it's trying to break that trend. It looks like it's getting close to it. Silver is up 2.31, also is trending up. Ethereum Ethereum Classic is up 1.29 and trending. It's currently trending down, but the overall trend is still up. The US dollar is up 0.11 and trending up. Oil is up 0.64 and slightly trending up. Mortgage-backed securities are down anywhere from 0.08 to 0.14 and slightly trending upwards. And SPY is up 0.10 and trending down right now. So SPY is up 0.1 for the day today on 21.91 million shares traded so far for the day. Volume is definitely picking up in the end portion of the day today, as it has a lot of days more recently. The overall trend seems to be picking up just a little bit from the downtrend that it was in earlier. But it looks like it's trying to close out the day here in a positive with only 22 million shares traded so far. Extremely low volume, and it doesn't make much sense. VIX is up 3%, still trending upwards at 12.35. The futures are suggesting 13.63, which is much higher. VTI is up 0.13 and consolidating. VB is up 0.11 and consolidating after a trend down. Tesla is down 1.53 and currently trending up. Amazon is down 0.47 and trending up after a downtrend. Cinemark is down 0.65 and consolidating. Doge is up 1.49 and trending up. Bitcoin is up 3.08, trending up. GME is down 8.81 and trending up. HYMC is down 2.08, trending up. NCMI is down 1.21 and trending down. Hood is up 2.34, trending up. And AMC is up 2.39 and trending up. Inflow versus outflow for the day today. We have approximately $4.8-ish million more inflow than outflow. 64.24 million shares traded so far. After 340 minutes worth of trading, we're on pace right now for about 73.68 million shares traded by the end of the day today. I suggested in the pre-market somewhere between 70 to 100 million shares, and it does seem like we're on pace for that. On a 4-hour time interval, we have more buying pressure than selling pressure than RSI of 46.65, which is slightly below average. On a 1-hour time interval, there's currently more buying pressure than selling pressure, with a divergence on the vortex indicator occurring multiple times over the last couple hours. But there is currently more buying pressure than selling pressure with an RSI of 47.78, which is slightly below average. On a 30-minute interval, there's more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI of 50.55, which is average. On a 5-minute interval, there's currently more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI of 49.95, which is average. Let's see here. Looks like there's some... Okay. The news articles that they're putting out there right now on AMC are, ignore this stock and look at this one instead. And with that, I yield my time to the back of the Big Tramp.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
No fighting, okay?
Oh yeah.
Who are you fighting?
My inner self.
No fighting.
Huh?
No fighting.
Who are you fighting?
Jeez, Pirate's ready. He's got your back.
My sound effect, man. Sensor content's got the O Billy, and I got that. A signature sound.
Turtle saying under 100 million in volume by end of day. I think so. I would certainly agree with that. We're definitely pacing something well under 100. When I was talking about suck, squeeze, bang, blow the other day, the bang phase should keep price relatively close to where price entered into that phase when volume exploded, and volume should trend down over time. So I feel like we're getting that, where price relatively stays close to the same, and we're getting lower volume each day.
Casey, I've always wanted to come up with a meme idea of my own. I want to be writer in all forms, but I finally found one today. I thought of one today. I don't know if you remember the movie Waterworld with Kevin Costner. I can't remember the actor's name. He played the bad guy in it, who was in charge of the giant ship with all the oil. He's the same guy that played on I think he played on Easy Rider. Dennis something or other. Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
Okay, stick with me here. Hear me out. Dennis Hopper's character in that movie, where he's up on the ship and they realize that the thing's going to blow up, and he's like, "See ya, cousins, I'm out of here," or something, and he just jumps off the ship. I thought that would be a great clip, and then superimpose Jamie Dimon's face over the top of it. And, that's for anybody who has the if you guys are as fond of movies as I am, you take a moment and look at the clip and see if that wouldn't make a decent affair. That's my first attempt at doing a meme.
Yeah, that would work good.
Whole double entendres. I think the line goes something along the line of "The party's over, I'm out of here, cousins." That was his thing. He called everybody cousins. I like nicknames, but if you get a chance, check it out. I think the idea has merit.
I was not, as you were saying that, I was thinking of another one I just started thinking of like rats jumping ship.
Right, or bailing ship,
Right.
Same theme.
And it made me think of that, like, as I started to think of rats jumping ship, it made me think of, I think it was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusader, I think, when they were like in the catacombs underneath London or something like that, and there was like rats down there.
Oh yeah.
They were all trying to like get away.
I know
from,
this is some low hanging fruit, and it's selfless self promotion, shameless self promotion. But what about the pirate Jack Sparrow character, where he sails up to the dock and that ship is sinking, and he steps off the top of the mast onto the dock just before it slips under the waves? You could do that ship sinking as Bank of America, and then have, instead of it being Jack Sparrow, it could be Jamie Dimon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that part of the movie or not.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best parts.
Yeah, he's sailing the ship into the harbor and it's sinking, and all you see is the very tip top of the mast, and he's on it, and then it finally slips under the waves. It's just in time for him to step off onto the quote unquote abandoning the sinking ship. And I thought that would be a nice little metaphor for the bank and Jamie Dimon.
Yeah, sounds cute.
I like that one the best. I like
that one better.
I do.
Yeah.
That's kind of spoon feeding it. Yeah. I think the one with the other guy where they realize that the tankers are blowing up. I think that takes a little bit more thinking.
Is it time for the Mexican word of the day? Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Oh, long overdue for the Mexican word of the day.
This is for all you coffee drinkers. Mexican
What
word
are
of the
they?
day. Ice mocha. I have a bad memory. Because I smoke a lot of weed.
I smoke a lot of weed. Very well. That's one of the better Mexican words of the day that we've had in a while.
Ice mocha. I hope I can still order an ice mocha now and not just say that and start busting up when I'm saying it into the
Laughing, crack yourself up.
It's almost.
Can I get an ice mocha? What do you smoke?
It's almost as funny as when I drive. I still think it's more funny when you drive up to KFC though, and then you ask for breasts. Can I have 2 breasts, or it just for some reason that one gets me every time. Yeah, I can't. I have a hard time ordering it at KFC. I've gotten to the point now where it's just like I don't want to say that anymore, so I just order the little bowl. I don't know what that's called.
I feel you, Casey.
Yeah.
I'm so immature every time I pass a beauty salon and it says facials, I smile.
Wait a minute.
Hang on to that as long as you can, man.
Hold on a second.
Don't let that get away from you.
I'm gonna show you this. This is crazy. I gotta find this real quick here. I gotta go Google Maps because we saw a plastic surgery place next to another store, and the 2 signs next to each other is hilarious. Well, it's actually not really hilarious. It's kind of scary, but let me pull it up here because you made me think of that with that. Let me find the spot real quick here, and then I'll pull it up on the screen.
Free cucumber facial? Is that what they advertise?
Let's see. I think it's right here.
I use eggplant sometimes.
I wonder. I hope they don't black out the advertisement on the building. I think
Clock blockers. Jana comes in firing shots across the bow. That's pretty good.
Oh, here we go. This is almost as funny. Hold on, I'm almost there.
Where's that?
Call my name.
What? Well, I don't know why they chose to do this on this. As you're, I just noticed this. I didn't even notice this on the wall, but there's a spot here in Austin, and it's off of Breaker Lane, and I forget what the freeway number is. It's off there, but Austin plastic surgeon Jimmy John's underneath it.
Right.
Yeah, and then apparently somebody tagged underneath it LMAO. So it is pretty funny. It's like, oh, Austin's plastic surgeon Jimmy John's, and okay, yeah, I get it.
It's like having a diabetes medical place next door to a Dunkin' Donuts or something.
Yeah,
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You can't even tell the difference on where the signage is. It's just like they just put them all on one side and just was like, I mean, what's next? What's going to join the? They need donut holes. Plastic surgeon, Jimmy John's and donut holes.
I've read somewhere that Jenny Craig and some of these other weight loss programs, that they're some of the most predatory businesses out there. People like to talk about, we live in a world where everybody loves victimhood, but apparently their entire business model is built because they know people will fail. And I guess the repeat business is huge, and it's a very, I guess, what they call sticky business. But yeah, they identify a flaw in human nature, and then someone will design a business to capitalize on it.
Janice says, does that mean that the volatility is dropping down and that we are kind of going back into that little pattern we sit in usually, or are we still kind of in the middle of last week? Will Cat change it? So with the suck, squeeze, bang, blow, usually if we are in another one of those cycles again, the blow phase is where price absolutely skyrockets, in contrast to what the bang phase was with really huge amounts of volume. So if we wake up one morning and volume is just like through the roof, outrageously high, you'll know that that's going to end up being the bang day. Now, whether or not, and I see somebody else added to that question, I feel like, and said, do you think that the blow phase could evolve into MOAS? And I can't promise you anything. There's no way, because I really feel like some of the key price points that both AMC and GME have to hit is that $90 price movement. Now, notice GME never made it to 90. Why is it that it never made to 90? Because I'm almost positive that institutions know that if they would have let price go up to 90, that it would have been over. So, whether or not price for AMC starting out at a, we went into this phase at like $5 and something odd cents. I forget what the price was exactly, but just a little five and some change. Making it to 90, probably not a possibility. So, and I did mention this I think it was like a week or so ago. I still think that there's another cycle left at least. A lot of this price movement impacts future cycle price movement. So seeing some of the major crossing points of prices like 20, 60, and 90 are some of the key price points that you have to cross in order to see continuation of price movement upwards. And without crossing some of those boundaries, you have to wait for the next cycle to hit before somebody has to start finding shares again. Did anybody see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes this last weekend?
I think Yucca had some furries over to his house.
No, but I'm going this weekend. I'll be able to give a response after.
Was that the homework?
No. It wasn't homework at all. But I know I think it was Tech that was saying that he was going to go see it. I know. I was actually kind of curious whether or not Rex was able to convince his wife. That was something we kind of left off the week last week. Was Rex trying to get his wife to choose between Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and what was the other movie that they were trying to choose between? It was more of a. No. What was the other? There was another movie. What was it? I can't remember what the other movie was.
Sounds like lies to me.
No, you just didn't hear it, I guess.
You can't remember. It's a lie.
That's not true at all. What do you mean that's not true? That's not how that works.
Okay. Trying to make up things here.
What was the other movie he was going to see with his wife?
Yeah, I don't think that ever happened.
Was it Fall Guy?
Yeah,
I can't
my
remember.
short-term memory shot. I remember the conversation, but I can't remember the other movie. But
Is it because you drink a lot of iced mochas?
Maybe. It's a strong possibility, but I don't think so. My memory's always been like short. I have like zero short-term memory, but I always like to say that people have like either two types of memory. You either have a hard drive or you have random access memory, RAM.
Yeah.
And
RAM it, huh?
I have a RAM.
Hard.
I have a hard drive. Once it gets in there, it stays there.
TV Streams is claiming that the other movie was If, and I'm inclined to think that was my initial thing too. I said If, but for whatever reason, I thought no, it was something other.
No, it was the horror movie.
DTP.
The horror movie.
Yeah, the horror movie because remember,
Right, the horror movie.
it was the horror movie. It was shoot. What was it
because
called?
you told her you didn't want her to go into birth prematurely, give birth because she was scared of the film, and that was going to be his bullshit.
A horror movie.
It was
Right.
going to be his bullshit excuse for steering her.
Yeah, but which one was it though? Because I can't remember.
I don't remember. No.
Was it The Strangers?
I remember the conversation.
69 horror movie.
It was either The Strangers or maybe it might have been might have been the movie.
Was it the movie about the girl killing the other girl, the journalist? Like Tessius was saying.
No.
The journalist war movie?
I don't think so.
Oh, that was Civil War, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I
Civil
don't
War
think.
wasn't a horror movie.
Civil horror movie.
You guys.
Get together.
What do you want to have your child born in? A horror movie?
Right.
Or a movie about apes? Come on, you take a pick.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. I can't remember which one it was. I really can't remember now. I wish he was here.
Yeah, wait.
I hope it's good news that he's not here.
What do you mean? You think something happened? He
No,
got hot?
well, I mean, his wife's pregnant, and I don't know. Maybe she could have gone into labor early. They could have induced. Did he say that they were inducing a week early? I can't remember. I don't think he did.
Might have been inducing, all right.
He deuced?
Yep.
I got him mixed up with pizza because Funky Pizza just had a new baby.
Right.
And they were talking about baby showers, and I couldn't remember whose baby was already here and what bun was still in the oven, and I got it all discombobulated.
Yeah, it happens. It does happen.
Danny tends to confuse us all.
See, Yucca, it did happen.
What?
It could have
What
been. Was it Abigail?
No.
I think it was the Strangers one.
Oh yeah, when you sit on your hand.
Which one released this last weekend? Do you guys know? Because I think that's how we can find out.
I think it was
May 17th. Yeah, I bet it was It was the Strangers. I'll bet you it was the Strangers.
perfect
I was
movie.
hoping these to the strangers.
I saw Garfield.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that earlier this morning. Did you you liked it?
Yeah, it was a pretty good kids movie. I recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you
I love
liked
That's a cool dog.
You like the kitty?
you like
He
Pratt?
must hang out with food.
Oh no, it wasn't Pratt. Wait, who was it? Was it Pratt? It was Pratt as
I
Garfield.
think it was Pratt. Yeah, yeah.
And he did a good job. His voice was
He
convincing.
did well. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yep.
melt in your mouth?
It's odd to me to go
Yeah.
from
Nope, good.
Mario to Garfield. Like I have a hard time imagining that as being the same.
hmm
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't really notice it's him. Yeah, there's some pretty good voices.
I bet you like the one.
Yeah,
Yucca,
they got the
you need to get a hotel room, man. You need to go get some.
He's got
Morning
that
voices.
morning voice going on.
Oh yeah.
You need to go rub one out
Hanging
or
out with all
something.
hanging out with all my ball trophies. Oh yeah.
All his ball trophies.
Different kinds of ball.
Which is your favorite sport trophy, Yucca?
The 69 trophy.
That should be in the Olympics.
It is so strong with you right now. It's like if it was a cologne, you would have just evacuated the entire room.
That's hilarious. I really don't have one
No?
because I really don't care much about sports.
Okay. What trophy do you like to make the most?
I don't like it.
Oh, do you like
I just
plaques?
do it.
Oh.
I don't like either.
Dude, you should enjoy. That's kind of makes me sad to hear that you don't like doing what it is that you do for a living.
Yeah, it's just you do it, and I just get bored doing it. Like, okay, let's just do it, and that's it. Get it over
That's
with.
what she said.
Yeah, that's how I've always been with anything, except my DJing.
Oh my
DJing?
gosh, I have a story, Yuck. I have a story.
You don't get bored of DJing?
Yeah, I don't get bored of that.
Yucca.
Investor turf tweet.
I didn't tell you guys. I didn't tell you guys this because I was afraid you would ask for pictures, and I don't want to do it to the girls because they had prom this weekend. I had a lot of
pictures?
I do. I had a lot of stuff going on this weekend that really kept me quite busy. But let me ask you a question about DJing. Is it a known rule that you never play the same song twice when you're at an event, especially like a prom playing music? Doesn't that seem like a little too much to play a song twice?
You know what? You can play it twice, but not. You gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Okay.
'Cause you know how the crowd.
So you're saying you can play it once in the beginning and once at the end?
Not back to back. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times would you say that you could play the same song twice?
Once in the back.
Twice the max. I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
you
2
cannot.
times max. I agree.
So how
2
many
times
songs can
way
you
spread
repeat
out.
twice though? How many songs
No,
can
you cannot. You can only do it once, like one song.
Uh-huh.
Well, even if it was a remix, you cannot do it more than twice.
Okay, no, but how many?
KC wants to know how many times can you do it? Like if can he have 5 songs that make up his entire portfolio for
Sure.
the night?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Play every song 2 times. And play every song 2 times.
I think like 6 times, but it starts to burn.
Can I have 4 songs and play each one of them 3 times?
No.
Can you have how many songs would you play twice if you were in a set for a night like at a prom?
How many songs
would you play
I used
twice?
to have it.
I mean, you and I both can agree that there's so many songs out there you shouldn't really have to play any song twice, but Did you say 3?
It depends. Yeah, I would say 3.
Okay.
That are really that are popular. That maybe
So
I played it at the beginning, and then the crowd didn't come in until later, 2 hours later. So then I'll play it again.
My daughter said that he
Maybe.
played 2 songs twice, and one of them was, and I'll never remember the other name of the other song, but one of them was Footloose.
Oh.
That seems a little weak.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to beat up on nobody, but that's
And apparently he played it.
lame.
Yeah. So he played it. So here's how the story went, or at least how it was told to me. I never really know if it's because I wasn't there, but I was told to me that he played Footloose in the beginning of the night. It's like one of the first few songs, right? And then as the night was going on, he played a song and then said, "Okay, this will be the last song for the night." But apparently, I don't know what happened, but he ended up playing more songs. But then he started doing repeats of songs that he had already done previously in the night, and one of them happened to be Footloose. And it kind of got to me at that point. What I'm sensing is based on the way the story was told to me. I'm starting to think like this guy didn't have any. Was told how much time he was going to be playing for, and then had to go longer, and wasn't prepared for it. And had to
didn't have the length.
Yeah, like he just started playing stuff that he'd already played at that point. And
Full FOMO says we got to be careful because we play buy and hold 3 times a day. So
no, understood. But this is not a prom, and I'm not a DJ, so I had completely.
More important.
But you are.
This is far more important than any wedding or prom.
The message is important here. I have to pound it in. No.
Yeah, that's pretty weak sauce. I mean, I could see it if it was Billboard top 40 hit of the week, and that's the song that was peaking right now. I could see him playing it a couple times, just to satisfy people's need. Like Yucca said, the crowd turnover and all that, and just the popularity of it. But something that old and that, I don't know, that's just kind of odd. It's probably what you said. He just didn't have enough. He had to play the same album over again, man. He had to play the same loop.
Yeah.
AC, did she say?
I agree. He ran out of songs.
AC, did she say if anything was wrong with his neck?
I know. Why? I don't get it.
It's just something I remember you
explains.
saying to Yucca one time, and it freaking. I was driving home for lunch, and you were saying there was something. Is there something wrong with your neck, Yucca?
Oh yeah, because he was holding his
It was like the
holding his head to the
funniest-
side as he was like listening to the music or something. I was like, "Are you is your neck okay?" Or yeah, no. I did not ask the kids that question, but they said so. Here's the thing, Pirate. They said that when he played the Footloose the second time, everybody had pretty much like was tired out, and there was hardly anybody dancing anymore. So he was like literally playing Footloose, but nobody was coming out to the floor to dance to it. So it ended up being like kind of cringe a little bit.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like the DJ was not. So it started getting me wondering like who picks the DJs. And so I thought this would be another question I would ask you, Yucca, is whenever somebody gets
Prom committee.
yeah, when the prom committee goes and they pick a DJ, do they just pick somebody, or is it somebody that they know so they can pad, the people that their friends under the table, the cash that the district's paying for the prom?
So yeah, usually that happens. Usually you hire the same DJ that's been playing for you for like lunch parties, like during lunch.
Okay,
events.
yeah.
Lunch
And that's how
parties.
yeah, like during lunch.
Is it
you have,
usually
like,
somebody
45
that-
Fucking
minutes.
California.
Is it
I
usually
swear.
somebody who's like related to somebody at the school or something like that? Is that
It could be.
Yeah.
It has been. It has been where if you're part of the leadership or whatever it is,
mhm.
the
Do you have,
boyfriend.
are there brunch parties too?
Yeah,
Like you DJ for the brunch party?
we
for the Brady Bunch.
in California that actually does happen. I don't know if that happens everywhere because that's where I went to school
No,
was
it's
in
just-
California, and it does happen in California where there's DJs that do come and play.
They
Ooh,
do.
they come.
They
come.
come
where?
they come and play.
Oh, or do they play and then? Well, anyway. Wow.
Yeah.
Only in California.
It's
Imagine.
usually on like football Fridays
Spirit
where like it's Spirit Day or something like that. That's usually when they do it.
Oh.
So
And
this is
lazy.
spring. This is spring prom season. I know that's you can mark this date down. In 9 months from now, there'll be a whole bunch of baby showers.
Yeah, better not be. Not around here, anyways.
That's on the farm back in our farming days. That's what we used to call it when you don't let your bull run year round. You turn your bull out at a specific time so that all the calves come together 9 months later. And we literally called it prom night when we would turn the bull out. That was the big joke.
That's
Yeah,
a horror movie.
you're saying this
Prom
to the dad that just had 2 girls that went to proms. Thanks, appreciate it.
Oh,
No, it doesn't mean every girl.
Yeah. I had always said
Have a population explosion. I'm just saying a percentage. Then they used to call them Easter eggs, or Easter eggs were the kids that were born as a result of spring break. That used to be in the 80s. That's what they called the nicknames of the girls who got knocked up during spring break. That's what we called the babies, Easter eggs.
I don't remember that, but
You don't remember?
I don't remember
Well,
that.
it was only the guys that were getting some.
I smoke. That's why
I
you
didn't
don't
say I
remember.
wasn't getting any. I just don't remember anybody ever calling it Easter eggs before. It must be an old timers kind of thing.
I'm just saying it's because you wasn't getting any, man. Oh, now he's going with the ages.
I think we
older than him. He acts like
I think
like
we
I'm some
grew
sort of
past.
ancient dude. I've only got 10 years on him.
I
I'm
think
barely old
I
enough
think
to
we
be
grew
more than a big
past
brother.
eggs. We called it cooler stuff than that when I was around, but whatever,
Yeah,
it's all good.
I'm 58 years old. I'm 10 years older than Casey, and he wants to act like he's some 19-year-old kid who's just getting ready to start drinking. I'm so much younger than Pirate. I'm just a spring chicken over here. Sure.
Anyways, so here's the other thing that happened. Here's the other snafu that happened. My oldest, Kelsey, is the senior, and she was taking her sister, who's a sophomore, because she didn't have a date. and they were actually both really happy about that they could go together. They've been in the last year. They've actually become really, really good buddies and been hanging out quite a bit. And I think Savannah, who's the younger one, and sophomore, she's a little upset that her sister is leaving here soon. But anyways, Kelsey got asked by a guy at the last minute. I won't say what his name is, but we sat at the dinner table and we were talking, and she told his name, and it's an unusual name. That we'll call it. It kind of sounds like a computer component, and that's all I'll say. I won't give like an actual.
RAM.
I won't give an act.
MOSFET.
I would
Floppy.
I would.
It was the Island Boys. It's the Island Boys.
Anyways,
I'm just an island boy.
He walks in the door. I go to shake his hand, and I don't know what the hell happened. It was one of those moments where I just froze, and I said, "It's nice to meet you, Aldi," which is not even close to what his name is at all. It's I for some reason, and I don't even shop at Aldi. Like I hate that place. I can't stand Aldi at all. But for some reason, I call him Aldi to his face, shaking his hand. How's it going, Aldi? And
that's funny,
dude.
And it's like abusive at the same time.
He looks at me. He looks at me and says,
"Call him Dollar General."
I know, right?
What's up, Dollar General? Yeah.
What's going on, discount food guy?
Exactly, man.
I don't know where Aldi came from. It literally had nothing to do with his actual name.
Yeah. Hey, good to see you, Christian Mission.
What's going on, Wish?
Yeah. Man, a lot.
I know, and I was like sitting there, and he corrects me, and he goes, "No, my name's," and then he says his name, and I was like, oh, I'm such a dumbass. I really, I don't know
what you got to do now, man. You got to turn this around. You can make this work for you. If this guy has staying power and he sticks around, every time you see him, call him by a different store name. Like next time, and give him an upgrade. Like call him Walmart Supercenter. Next time you see him, like, "What's up, Walmart Supercenter?" Throw a chin up. Or "What's up, Walgreens?" Every time.
Walgreens.
What's up, Walgreens? You see him again. 2 or 3 weeks go by, or if he calls the house and he asks to speak to one of the girls. When you walk across the room, you can say, "Hey, man, Dollar Tree's on the phone."
Big lot.
Big lots.
Yeah, Big Lots.
What's up, Kroger?
Yeah.
Hey, is this the Dollar General?
Hey, Susie, Big Lots is out front. He's here. God damn. Talk about an elitist, man.
I don't know.
Casey say all people equal. This is Casey. All people equal. The man for the people, the man for everybody. And then he calls this guy. Oh man!
I thought, and so what's weird is that I actually said,
It's the Piggly Wiggly.
I asked Kelsey if he mentioned anything about it, and she said no, he didn't say anything about it at all. But she thought it was kind of funny after I talked to her about it a little bit, and and then I'm sitting there the whole time. I'm going like, man, I can't believe I did that. I have no idea. And I said, do you have a friend named Aldi? Where did that? Because I don't know where I would have pulled that from.
Oh, you didn't.
And
you just kept digging the hole.
No. This is the day after. And she says,
okay,
no. This is the day after, and she says, she goes, well, I do actually have a friend that's named Aldi or something like that. So I'm not. She said that it's nobody that she would have ever mentioned or that I would have ever heard the name from. It's not like that good of a friend, I guess, apparently.
She was giving you an out, though. She was giving you an out.
Yeah, she might have been being nice to me, probably, but I don't know.
See, you're lucky you didn't call him food stamps, because if you answered the door and said, "Hey, what's up, food stamps?" Because she couldn't say she had a friend named Food Stamps, so that was why.
No.
That's why you probably heard it in the past. So you got lucky by the fact that it was Aldi. You can use the old. That's a real name.
Just the next time you see him, Casey, just say, "Hey, Microsoft, how's it going?"
Microsoft, that's terrible. I would never. No, next time I see him, I will call him by his real name.
Just keep with the theme. Call him by a store name, but it has to be a different store every time you see him.
Yeah.
I was just going with the computer related things. I don't know, you know.
So
In case
Better
you,
joke.
all you have to say is you have Tourette's. That you use store names.
What's your difference in
oh man. Hallmark. Hey, Hallmark. I don't
Just
know.
every time he's around, just blur it out.
Microsoft.
Google, get over here. What's up?
That's
Oh,
terrible.
you're Microsoft. I forgot.
That's terrible. Well, they had a good time though. They had prom. They had a good time, and all's good. All ended well. Everybody got home okay. So that made me happy. Actus says it sounds like an episode of Bewitched. Durwood, Darwin, Darren. Yeah, it felt like that. It really did feel like that. Like one of those situations where you purposely call somebody by the wrong name for whatever reason. Next time I see him though, I'm definitely gonna make sure I get it right because I felt so embarrassed that I did that. It was just dumb. Aldi.
Okay, if we can't do the store thing over and over again, how about if you just do variations on Aldi? Like next time you see him, call him Alden. And then the time after that, call him Alder. So it's some variation of ALD, but never the same one twice. Every single time.
Call him out.
Yeah. That's the whole reason why. So here's another interesting thing. They went out to eat afterwards, by the way, and apparently when they went in to go check in to eat, he said a different name than his actual name. And
oh my God.
Yeah, he gave a completely different name. And my daughter asked him, Kelsey asked him, she's like, "Why did you give him a name that's not your name?" And he goes, "Well, that's nobody ever gets my name right, so I just give out my middle name instead." And so that made me feel a little bit better to know that that's kind of that he experiences that, because I grew up my entire life with that same thing. People asking me, "How do you spell your name?" And like I get that all the time. We just got it just last week. I went out to Mighty Fine and they asked Melissa what was my name for the order, and she said Casey, and the girl says, "How do you spell that?" And then Melissa goes, "K and a C is fine." And then she puts down Kasey, and I'm like, literally after Melissa said K and a C, the girl spells it differently. I was like, whatever. I don't even care anymore. Who cares? As long as you say it right, that's all that cares. I don't matter. So I get it. I know what it's like to be called something or have your name misspelled or something like that. I've had it happen my whole life.
Joystick. Trust me. I know what my name is really odd, and I grew up with every single different iteration of it except the right one. And it was like, really? God damn, people. It's right there in front of you written down and you can't get it right? Wow. I guess that's why I'm such a jaded individual. But at least my name's not Microsoft.
Chi-Town Turtle says, "Did you also give him a quarter for the cart?" No, but I really think that next time I see him, I will, because that would be funny. If I get his name right, but I hand him a quarter. That would be funny. That I will do. Next time I see him, I will hand him a quarter. And
My
I'll
boys
say,
would frequently have
this
friends
is
from the ROTC to our house for a swim party or a cookout, and one of their friends his name was Austin, and so I started calling him by any town I could think of in Texas. That's what I would call him, except for Austin. I even called him Texas, West Texas, Pecos. I mean, I call him anything I could think of, but I made it a point of honor never to use his name Austin, but anything else in the state borders of Texas was fair game to call that boy.
Abilene.
Yep. Yeah. And I could tell, I'm not joking, after a while, I think he started to look forward to seeing what I was going to call him next.
That's funny. That is really funny.
Break Nation Sports says we're talking about getting embarrassed about getting names wrong, and we'll be calling Yucca the wrong name in 5 minutes.
Yuckug.
More like, wait. How do you say it again? Are you supposed to? It's not Yucca.
Excuse
It's
me.
Yucca.
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 That sounds so dumb though.
Somebody asked
I don't
earlier,
like
and I was wrong. I
Yucca.
always thought it was yucca. I've never heard anybody here call him yucca. That might be phonetically correct or have the right tone.
Now wait a minute.
Spanish.
Mello been calling
No,
me
why?
We were just talking about it earlier.
My wife. In a world where Mellow Doug is right, got Yucca's name right.
Ain't right, is it?
Like everything that has to do with yuck.
You got it wrong. It was puta frita. That's his real name. Well, that's a little
Look at
rippity.
that. Look at those.
Jim
boom,
Con, we don't
boom,
talk about it.
boom.
We don't want
Yeah.
to jinx it. When we see stuff happening, we don't want to jinx it. It's like
Don't
you don't
look at
talk
it.
about it. No, when a pitcher's
Don't look
throwing
at
a
it.
no hitter,
Yeah.
you don't say
Don't look at
anything.
it.
You can
Don't
jinx
look
it.
at
You
the
just
candles. Don't look at the
tell
candles.
another fart joke.
You know how
move
You
forward,
can't use
right?
the word jinx anymore in 2024.
You
Oh,
look
man.
at the atoms, they react differently. Don't look at the candles.
You can't say
They're gonna
jinx.
do their own thing.
Why can't you say that?
No, because that's like saying ching, like Chinese.
No, that's the first time I heard of that.
I have never heard of this. This is brand new for me.
Yeah,
You know,
I want Danny to get offended.
we were Danny. Danny, sorry, Danny.
We didn't mean it, Danny.
Way, come on.
Hey, Danny, correct us on that. You
Look
can't
at
say
that,
the
he
word
let him
jinx. What are the kids saying?
Ching.
I usually say or what. When they say you can't say this or you can't say that, my answer is what or what. What
Is this
happens?
the
What are
volume
you going to
that-
do? You gonna write me a fine? Is there a ticket? Is it going to come out of my performance review? What happens?
No, that's completely understandable, but I've never heard you couldn't say jinx.
Actually,
What was?
speaking of China and jinx,
Mhm.
they do maintain a social profile for you there.
Is this the volume you were expecting,
Oh, I'm
Casey?
sure I'm failing.
Well, sure. I mean, it's the communist way.
Yes, it is.
I bet I'm failing. Can you
Yes.
look it up? How do you look it up? Is there a way to look it up?
I don't
Yeah.
know if you.
Oh, that's a big thing,
Give
man.
me-
It's
give me
they're
a-
rating it. They rate your entire family, and you get points deducted if you don't exercise enough, or if you run afoul of any cultural norms or whatever the CCP says is no bueno. If you engage in any of that, then they'll deduct it from your little credit score.
Look at that, Casey.
Huh.
Is this
Would
what
you
were
just shut up, Yucca? Yucca, for the love of God, don't even
Love
look
of
at it.
Pete.
Just tell us a joke about the Chinese Socialist Communist Party. Let's focus on that, man.
Yeah, don't.
Oh,
jinx
yeah.
it.
It's
Is
like
this what you were-
Communism bad, capitalism good.
I'm excited.
it's like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yucca. Don't look at it.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at
Right, exactly. Okay, perfect. There you go. See,
Let it melt the
there
face.
you couldn't have said it better myself.
Don't
Don't
look at
look
it.
at the arc, man. Yep.
Let me go look to see if Roaring Kitty's back.
For me, it's like
Don't
it's
even
like
don't even give it the side eye, man.
videos.
Right. That's why we're running. He's not back.
Oh, and he's screaming, squirting.
Is he
Squirting.
So he hasn't posted all day at all, huh?
No, that's it. He's just giving us a
See?
goodbye.
See?
He's like, I'll be done.
Yucca says we're running, and when he does, I see the red candle. I'm telling you, Yucca, you just can't help yourself, can you?
I can't.
all right.
Just
Keep saying
I'll tell you what.
jinx.
I'll help us all out here. It is time of that day,
Jesus.
unfortunately.
It's that
No,
time.
no. If you close out, then it's gonna stop right now.
I
Don't do it.
gotta move out of here. So I will see you guys tomorrow because it is that time of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Uncle Mac to open up the backup channel.
All right. I'll see you guys in a few. Okay. It's just a big old smorgasbord of people shouting out last minute things. It is unfortunately that time of the day, guys, and as usual, all good things must eventually come to an end. Eat, sleep, drink, get plenty of rest. Tomorrow's another trading day. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends. Take your pets out for a walk because they like getting outdoors too. And for crying out loud, go see an AMC movie, because after all, that's what we're here to do, is support AMC. But above all else, don't have a good night. Have a great night. Beep beep. When the night's getting cold, you're needing a shoulder. Puff out your chest and be a little bolder. All we do is we buy and hold. There will be shills who wanna steal your thrills. There will be friends who hold till the end. There will be doubt, fear and cloud, but it's all in your head. Those hedgies are dead. Panic and fear really are near, but it's not ours to own. We have shown that all we do is buy and hold. Oh, there will be shills who wanna steal your thrills, and there will be friends who hold till the end, and there will be doubt, fear and cloud, but it's all in your head. Those hedgies are dead. So when the night's getting colder, you're needing that shoulder, these apes got your back, we got each other. All we do is we buy and hold.
T-minus 90 seconds and counting. All systems are go. We're about 90 seconds from the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery.
Go for launch, GT. Go. Got it. Go. Fido. Go. Proms. Go. GT. Go. Max. Go. Eagle. Go. Eco. Go. DeFeo. Go. Payloads. Go. Scan for the customer. Go. DPS. We're go. Eco. Go. Booster. Go. Surgeon. Go. PRS. Go. Okay. And let's see. We'll wait on GNC.
T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We are transferring to orbiter internal power at this time. Discovery is now running off its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start.
MC, I hear you loud and clear. 5 mics. Tell me. Have you loud and clear as well? Thanks, sir.
Go for auto sequence start. And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond. booster separation confirmed. Guidance now converging. Discovery's onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to swivel, aiming the shuttle for its precise target in space for main engine cutoff.
Should have a good forward leg now in estimate.
Okay, you sound good.
Discovery Houston, negative return.
Copy, a negative return.
How can it be permissible? She compromised my principle. Yeah, yeah. That kind of love is mythical. She said it's been typical. She's a crazy, you to know it. She's a powerful force. You're the blind to conform when there's no other course. She used to look good to me, but now I find her simply irresistible. Simply irresistible. Her loving is so powerful. It's simply unavoidable. Whoa, whoa. The trend is irreversible. The woman is invincible. She's a natural alone, and she leaves me alone. She deserves the applause. I surrender because she used to look good to me, but now I find her simply irresistible. Simply irresistible. Simply irresistible. She's so fine, there's no telling where the money went. Simply irresistible. She's all mine, there's no other way to go. She's unavoidable, I'm backed against the wall. She gives me feelings that I've never felt before. I'm breaking promises, she's breaking every law. She used to look good to me, now I find her simply irresistible. There's no telling where the money went. Simply irresistible.